Hello everyone, hope that you are doing very well and welcome to this evening's cryptocurrency technical analysis, where we are going to be going through Bitcoin and the major question that's on everybody's mind right now of, have we reached this blow off top scenario where we're seeing gains across the board. We know we're seeing some things go over 100% gains today, including Dogecoin, which by a popular request, I will cover Dogecoin in this video. But I want to be going over the potential downside, obviously, for Bitcoin and where this could leave us in terms of our targets. So that's what we're going to be going through in tonight's stream. And ladies and gentlemen, I truly believe that this is going to be a stream that you're going to want to pay attention to right now tonight. Get the information as it's coming out, but then re-watch this stream once, twice, three times to really start to understand what we're going through, the processes that we're going through, how we're able to time some of these levels to the exact dollar, exactly as predicted. Which is a bit of a meme. But ladies and gentlemen, you are here tonight for the most professional technical analysis on YouTube. Like we say, there's thousands of different cryptocurrency channels now. A lot of them are all for entertainment. Here tonight, we're going to be going through some serious technical analysis, serious charts, and, you know, giving you all what you love, which is that technical TA masterclass. As we're going to go through the charts tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope that you are all doing very well. As we're all going to start this off in, I think we'll start off in about 30 seconds. Just let me make sure everything sounds good. Everything is good. La 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 la. Sound check 1 2 3, and yes, everything's good. We're seeing a lot of comments coming in. People watching, obviously, from all over the world. We love that. Oh, there's one thing that I wanted to start with, actually, before we get into the technical analysis. I really wanted to start with this. What a lovely surprise it was today, actually, waking up to this one. 40,000 subscribers hit on the YouTube channel. My God, yeah, never ever thought like we would get around to this. You know, starting off with just, you know, I've talked you through this story many of times, but we started off with doing our YouTube channels to one person who would religiously watch every single video that we done. And, you know, we were more than happy to just help the one person. And it's crazy now how we've hit 40,000 subscribers, and I still have the same passion as if I was speaking to one person as I am tonight speaking to currently about 2,000. It's yeah, I still love what I do. I think it's an absolute, you know, blessing to be able to now help thousands of people. It's crazy when you think about it, but yeah, I wanted to start off by saying, yeah, thank you for all the support that you show us every single day. You know, the warming, heartwarming comments, everything is just, yeah, it's you know, it's, for me, it's fun to do the videos and then to see a lot of people learning, because obviously what we do say as a chart champions, we are a group for education. So, you know, you want to ask yourself this question. This is a rhetorical question for you watching. Do you want to be the guy that comes into 100 different YouTube channels and he says, should I buy? Shall I sell? Tell me what to do. And most likely than not, no, losing a lot of money from this, not knowing what to do? Or do you want to be the guy that has done his technical analysis, that has done his plan, that has entered his trades, and then can watch the videos with absolute bliss and peace of mind, knowing they have, you know, they have stuck to their plan and made their trades? You know, which guy do you want to be? The guy that's saying, shall I buy or shall I sell? Or the guy that says, I know exactly what I'm doing because I've done my TA? You know, hopefully you know what kind of guy you want to be. And if you're watching this video, or girl, we obviously have a lot of women viewers as well. Whoever you are, whoever you want to be, you can be exactly what you want. And obviously, yeah, we're all about the education, teaching, sharing, and crushing the charts. That's what we're going to be going through tonight. And what a way to start. That happened this morning. And yeah, shout out to the community. Obviously, love you all so much. And yeah, it's a pleasure of mine to be with you again this evening for an update on the Bitcoin charts. Obviously, we are in love with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is love. Bitcoin is life. But we are going to go through a few altcoins. I'd like to go through Bitcoin, obviously. I'd like to go through, well, Dogecoin from popular request, funnily enough. Dogecoin, we're going to be covering this one. Yeah, we're currently today, yeah, last 24 hours, up 92%. Crazy. And then if we've got time, I'd like to go through Litecoin, Tezos, Ethereum. yeah, those are my primary ones that I'd like to cover as well. And then we'll obviously try and do some questions and answers towards the end of the video. The order of proceedings tonight, if you aren't aware by now, if you're a new subscriber, if you are a new subscriber, and you haven't been watching any of your videos and you live under a rock, then the way that we do the order of proceedings in the videos are we like to go through the past, really the focus on the last 24 hours of price action, give you a bit of education and really explaining like why have we hit these levels? What is the cause of these reactions? Why do we do this? Well, obviously the primary reason is so you can start to understand, educate and empower yourself. You know, these videos primarily are designed to help you. Okay, we teach you how to fish, not give you a fish on a silver platter. Although I will be discussing my targets on the higher term time frame level if we are to see a very big move to the downside on Bitcoin, where we can be looking towards. Obviously, we are currently forming that potential rising wedge, ending diagonal, bearish pattern on the Bitcoin charts. We'll be covering that towards the end of the video. We're going to start off with here, going over really the past 24 hours of price action, what's been going on here, what are the key levels, and what are we going to be trading next. So if that sounds exciting to you, that's what we'll be going through today. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm going to say to you, if you would like to smash up the like button, that would be an absolute, what can I say? You could be you could be well liked. Let's show the people what they can do. If you want to give us a bit of free support, you can click the like button, you can click share, you can copy that link, and obviously you can share this on Facebook, Twitter, email it to your mum and dad, get them ready and excited for the incoming wave of cryptocurrency investments. But yeah, no, ladies and gentlemen, just watching it this evening, I think you're going to absolutely love it. It's going to be a good show. And without further said or do, let's begin. With that said, let me take a sip of water and we will begin. So, right, I have got a bit of structure to this video in regards to the ways and the trades that I want to talk you through in an order of proceedings. Okay, naturally, we're going to be talking from the oldest and ending with the newest, what's happening right now, yeah? And we'll be ending with what's happening right now. But first of all, I would like to just talk you through and just so you can start to understand, we're not just focusing on Elliott waves. We're not just focusing on Fibonacci, but we have a wide, we have quite a variety of tools. Common question that we're asked, yeah, is, why are we using so many different tools? And, I think it's kind of obvious by now. No, we like to find the trades with the highest probabilities. I will say this, even though many people won't like to admit it. We are trading a game of probabilities. There are no certainties in trading. Okay, what do we mean by this? It means obviously price can go up, down, and sideways. It's going to do whatever it wants. But at the end of the day, we only want to take the very best trades. We don't want to get involved at random sort of levels or random pivots. We want to do our technical analysis, map out our chart, and it really is putting together a puzzle. If you're missing a piece of the puzzle, it's not going to end well, is it? You can't make any money off of a puzzle, well, unless it's classed as modern art. But let's get away from that. What we're going to say is, you want to get the pieces of the puzzle. You want to find the highest probability trades, and that's all you want to take. So combining different technical tools, you can really get all the pieces of the puzzle together. And you're going to see it tonight. This is what we've been doing now for many years. On this channel, we've been showing you time and time again that we wait for these high probable trades, we execute, and we're walking away with pretty good trades at the end of the day. I want to talk you through one really interesting one that we actually had on this breakout here, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the fractal. Okay, so there's one thing. Again, I want to stress, obviously, that this video is going to be educating you. You are going to be learning from this. So. For the people that love to know buy or sell, we will get that. I just want to remind you that will be towards the end of the video. I'll be saying buy or sell. For now, I want to talk you through something that I love, like a way that I really love to trade. Okay, and I've talked about this, in my contenders live streams, and it's the fact that a lot of my trades are taken. You have to remember, I've been trading many years now, and on top of that, I've taken millions and millions of trades. And I just have like it wired into me right now. So it's not like every day I'm going out and I'm spending hours on technical analysis. A lot of my trades now are just done off of, that instinct, just really having that instinct and, almost, I call it like a connection with the market. You really get into the zone. You get that connection with the market, and you don't have to be actively doing technical analysis. It's like you see the same things thousands and thousands and thousands of times. You've taken the same trade millions of times, and it's just this natural response. You just get this, you really do get a feel for the market in such a unique and really powerful way. And this is what I'm leading up to here is the way that when we were trading this, just before we broke up here back above that daily level, really what we were going on about, and it was a particular fractal. And I found it pretty helpful in the end. And I just want to show you this, and I want to show you the power of remembering what you've traded in the past and how this can aid you in finding high probability trades. Yeah. So what we have here is, let's just do this. Let's put this on the 4-hour chart. And I want to show you this fractal, yeah? So the fractal that I'm on about is at $20,000. And I know this has already occurred. We've already broken up, but, it's the thought process that you're here for. You're here for the knowledge and the insights. And this price action here is what I'm going to be highlighting here on the bars pattern of a Bitcoin, okay? What you will notice is we made an initial move up, a substantial drop, a retest of the level, a pullback, a move up, and then extended consolidation. Okay, extended consolidation. And if you think to yourself, we have seen this exact same price action now in the future. Okay, when what I've done here is I've taken the exact same price action from $20,000 and I have overlaid it onto the chart here. Why do we do this? Well, fractals are very important bits of information. As we say, history doesn't necessarily repeat, but it rhymes. So what we have here is that same price action layered over the chart. And this really, you can see how very, very, very similar it is. When we kind of look at this in a bit of detail, we can see we got the move down. We got our secondary move to the upside. We come back down for the higher low. And then we really started to put in the exact same price action with our extended consolidation. I just would like to refer to you a few posts from within inside the group. Posted on the 11th, obviously, we ended up breaking upwards on the 13th. So 2 days prior to the breakup, we were obviously talking about this as, if we are to follow the fractal, which was given in Champions live stream on Sunday. This is obviously a members only live stream, but yeah, this is where we first were talking about the fractal. And we were talking about, if this fractal is to play out as discussed, we will not see a major break to the downside before we get a new all-time high. So it's just that level of understanding of, okay, we've seen the price action. I think we can all agree how similar that was, especially this extended range. We were trading that range. And then it's that level of recognizing, wow, this is exactly the same as I traded earlier. Or actually just at the end of last year. And it's just that level of thinking, wow, I absolutely remember trading this exact same thing. And then having just that little probability increase of thinking this is going to be breaking to the upside, just recognizing that we might be following this fractal. And as we were saying here, the next day, if we continue to follow to fractal, we should see a new all-time high soon. Well, we actually got it the next day in the end. We did break upwards and we did follow that fractal. So the first thing here that I really want to just emphasize is price action. It's like when we're trading triangles, when we're trading, all these countless different patterns. Obviously, we're not really pattern traders. I wouldn't really describe myself as a pattern trader. But at the end of the day, why do people get patterns? Well, it's from fractals. If, somebody starts to see a ascending triangle breaks more often than not to the upsides, well, it's because they've seen, they've recorded statistics of how often a symmetrical, a ascending triangle breaks to the upside in a bull market under the right conditions. Yeah. So it's all essentially a fractal. So when we start to then recognize, okay, this price action is the same. It's the same sort of theory that we're using. No, we're using these fractals, we're using these ideas, and we're just trying to get a higher probability of what's going to be happening next. Is it more probable that we're going to be break down or break to the upside? I think the fractal, I think we can all agree. I just really want to show you this one more time, like the similarity between it. We can see I get excited about these sort of things, but you can just see how similar they are in the way the price action has moved. Sharp move up, taking the highs, coming back down for the higher low, and you just comparing the price action. It's very similar. No, it's almost identical. I want to say it's almost identical, even in the amount of time taken. the time, the price, you know, the symmetry of the moves. Oof, man, it's something special. What can we say? And I just really wanted to bring your attention to that. You know, thing number one, you know, I want to say you want to maybe write down a few different things from tonight's live stream. You know, make some notes. You know, really take you know, pay attention to what I'm saying, because I honestly, well, I don't need to think. I know it because I know the people that pay attention, and I see the results of the members that pay attention. You know, and they really are changing their lives. And so make notes. Note number one: fractals. This is prior price action that's happened in the past that we're trading now. And it's just increasing the probabilities of what's happening next. If we can find price action that's really, you know, similar, then we're just going to overlay this onto the charts. Again, what we're using there is a tool called the bars pattern. Okay, it's the bars pattern. So if we have seen similar price action in the past, we are essentially copying that price action and moving it over to what's happening next. This is a really nice strategy that people can use for trading. Again, we would never recommend to use this alone. If you use it alone, it's not a good strategy. If you start to combine it with other factors, you know, you can get some really nice trades. Okay, so really the first thing that I wanted to go over here, as we now come down on a lower term time frame. Okay, we're going to drop it down. We're really now going to start to focus on this section of the chart. Okay, we're really going to just focus on coming over now onto more or less the last 24 hours. Okay, so really what we're looking at here. I think we can already, you know, you're already going to start to recognize what we kind of have going on here. Do you think we have a channel? Do we think we could start to use Fibonacci on this? You may know. Hopefully you know some of the tools that we absolutely love. Okay, I'm just gonna take a little bite of pineapple. I'm not trying to be rude on the stream, but pineapple really helps for your throat. You know, gotta stay healthy, guys and girls. Love that pineapple. What's your thoughts? Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Pineapple on its own. I love pineapple. Can't beat a good old pineapple. Also, we got strawberries tonight. Got a little bit of strawberry here. That's what you call fresh from the local farm shop, supporting local produce. Lovely strawberries. Anyway, back to the analysis. So now we're really focusing on the last 24 hours of price action. And this is where you really need to start paying attention, because we're going to be going over levels here, which are still in play as we're speaking today. So the levels here, you are going to want to write them down, you know, drop them down on a bit of paper, drop them down on your charts, as we're going to be doing tonight, because these levels really are influential. And I want to just stress that they are absolutely influential and dictating the market, as you've seen many times. Levels that we give are very well respected. So really, that's, you know, I am aware that we're dropping here. We're not gonna get scared about this. We're not gonna start freaking out about this. We've moved down here 0.79%. You know, it's nothing to freak out about. It's nothing to be ultra scared about. I'm just gonna, you know, we're seeing about 95 million sales coming into the market here, but it's all positions closing. You know, we're not gonna get worried about this right now. Okay, we don't need to. There's no need to worry about this, in my opinion. We're gonna continue. And we're just going to be aware that we've seen a lot of people close about 100 million. Again, this is our footprint charts, and it's all on a decline of open interest. So we're not going to really worry about this at the moment. Coming down and maybe testing these lows. What I will do is I will set an alert for here. If this alert goes off during the video, then I will stop what I'm talking you through and monitor this, because I would need to trade it, you see, for the time being. So I'm just going to edit this alert. I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to slightly change this to this level here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, currently we are seeing about 158 million inside of this candle itself, and that is comprised of 92 million sales at market. Yeah, at market sales. So, you know, naturally there's a lot of selling pressure here. But yeah, no, there's nothing to really say. I wouldn't really say worry about. Not that you should be worried at all when you're trading, you know. Anyway, let's continue. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we were going through here, you know, I've got into this thing of now always saying ladies and gentlemen, and someone's like, can you stop saying ladies and gentlemen? And it's like, man, I can't stop saying it. It's like one of those things that I want to get out of saying. I don't even know why I started. I know it's just so hard because I'm like, I don't want to say it, and I keep saying it. I've got to think of a new word. Come on then, mates. Let's. What are we going through next? So basically, if you were, if you've been watching our videos over the past, literally few days, I done a live stream. I done the live stream on the 14th of April as Coinbase was listing. And my words during that stream were, don't freak out. Don't freak out, kind of like I'm saying now. Do not worry. Do not freak out. You got plenty of time to plan your trades. Yeah, a lot of people were really worried. A lot of people were really fearful, etc., etc. I try and bring a level of essentially a calm demeanor. No, if you see me being calm, then I think naturally you can be a bit calm. And I think as a leader, if I was out here freaking out about little things, naturally people are going to freak out as well. No? But try and keep it calm. We made that. It was a live stream for the public, talking you through what was happening at the time. And obviously what we were talking about was these two key levels. Again, write these down on your chart. Do not forget them. Yeah, do not forget the levels. That was $62,612 and $63,785. Okay, two key levels that you're gonna want to write on your charts. If you haven't already, I'm sure you probably do, unless you're a new subscriber. You would have without a doubt have those written down. And you will know during that live stream, we obviously took a long off of our low key level. I want to remind you where we got these levels from, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm saying it when I really don't want to. Anyway, obviously this was our first key level, which we were looking for a liquidity grab. Yeah, we were saying we don't really want a long early here. We kind of want to wait for the liquidity grab. And this is, giving us a better high probability trade once we've grabbed the lower liquidity. So that's where we got our first level from. The second level up here was really taken off of that first high, which then led to the back test of your major liquidity level, where you never obviously took it. So this was, in my opinion, the first, what we can start to recognize as a key level. When we start to look across here, we can then see the respect. Yeah, resistance back into support, 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 support. Well, this was our level that I had identified, where we had seen a decent amount of volume come in, we had seen a decent amount of SR, and it was our first high put in on the chart before our first major pullback. So this is how I start to identify, this for me is a very key level of trading. Okay. So that's basically what we had. And if you remember, it was on live stream, it was free for the public. I took a long during that stream. Why? Well, it was a high enough probability trade to accept. I know where I'm right, I know where I'm wrong. You don't hesitate, you just take it. Okay, and we obviously had that next key level of resistance. The last key level of resistance obviously being the all-time high itself. So we had this intermediate level. Okay, and if you last watched just on that video, then you will know, this took a little bit of time, but around 1751, this is the thing. We in the end it took a few hours. But that long obviously played out very well. We almost reached that key level again, 63,785. And you see what I've done here? I closed that long trade and I will wait for the next setup. So the thing that I want to just remind you all here and really, really emphasize what I'm doing is, we took the trade on live stream, we took the long. Obviously hit a take profit one. And then what happens when we come up to our next key level of, the next key level of resistance, where we're naturally going to be looking for shorts. You see here that we're closing that long trade and waiting for the next setup. So it's not we're getting greedy. It's not we're thinking, I might not take profits here in case it goes up even more. Or I'm not going to take profits here in case it goes up even more. How many times have you been in that situation where you say, I'm not going to take profits in case it continues upwards? And then you should have taken profits and it goes back down and you get stopped out. How many times does that happen to you? I think it's happened to a lot of people, as it used to happen to me a lot, And it all comes down to that level of greed. Bears make money, bulls make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So if you get greedy, you're not going to last long in this market before you have to put more money into your account. Let's just say that. So, I just really want to emphasize here again, this print screen, obviously 1749, posting that in the group at 1751. So pretty live in the action update as it's happening, making aware the champions group that, hey, that long that I talked about in that live public stream have now closed, and I'm going to wait for that next setup. So really, you just need to really emphasize these levels that I give you. We're trading the levels. We're putting our money where our mouth is, and we're acknowledging they're going to be respected. Okay, they are going to be respected. There's no coincidence or randomness in this market. Well, as you can see here, we're talking about. In the end, it took about nearly 40 minutes. But 40 minutes later, we obviously touched onto that key level, and well, let's go through exactly what happened. You can see here, we're talking about, look at the precision. Look at the precision that really happened on that one. We're talking about almost to the dollar, yeah? Almost to the dollar. Almost to the dollar. We get our rejection off of that key level that I gave. Okay, we've got to remember there's no random pivots, there's no coincidences, there's no might happen, there's no magic. It's just high levels of confluence. Okay, you also can combine this with a swing failure pattern onto your key level of resistance. What do you have here? You have a lot of people taking profits. You have a lot of people opening shorts. Why would people short there? Well, it's the top of the range, you know? It's the top of the range. Let me just give a very quick check on Bitcoin. We are at 61,400. So there you go. This is why you just need to not really worry about things so much. Obviously, we can acknowledge this is for day traders. Not everybody's going to be attracted to this. And I'm sure many of the viewers tonight have full-time jobs. They don't have the time to be spending hours on hours on the charts. You know, they have a family to attend to. They have a job to do. You know, especially day traders, there's really no excuse not to take that short position. I know it's not for everybody, but it was a valid trade if you were at least at your computer, no? And what can we say? Well, in the end, we obviously made our way downwards. We made our way downwards, and where did we make our way down to? We made our way right down to that daily, right down to that daily. This is a very interesting one. This was an interesting level, yeah. I mean, so you've seen the YouTube video that I put up about this. I might just play it. I'll play the YouTube video that was done from that day, because you know me. You know me. If you know this channel by now, I absolutely love to do it. But what I really want to emphasize in this, I'm going to play this segment, and I want you to start to understand. You know, I need you to understand like what's happening when we're approaching these levels. So what is our thought process as we approach these levels? Because that's the difference. Yeah, this is the difference between the analysis, the trader, somebody that watches and somebody that participates. It's all about the emotions and the psychology as it's happening, because it's very easy in hindsight, you know, very easy for me to talk you through these things, but there's a difference between talking you through them and actually trading them. Okay, so you have to get to that level of saying, this is the trade I'm doing and I'm doing it now. Not hit a level and talk yourself out of trade, not do all these sort of things. It's enter. Okay, it's enter. But firstly, it's be aware of your level, it's making a plan, and it's executing. Okay, so I will not do the whole video of this, but I'm just going to talk you through. I'll let you listen to this clip. Okay, and until proven otherwise, it is support. And what we would love to see is if we got a back test of this daily. Well, you know, I'd say obviously this is a pretty good opportunity for longs. No, Bitcoin though, in my opinion, is definitely a scalp long, because. Well, literally because we're at support and there's so many people selling into support. It's just like really funny. I just find it funny. Well, you see what happened there. We were obviously that was from the Champions live stream and a public live stream. But it was the first all that I'm really emphasizing here is that we were aware of the level. Yeah, we were aware of the level. We knew where we wanted to long. And now I've got another clip here, which I'm going to show you again. It's only 47 seconds long. Don't worry about it. But this clip is taken from the Contenders live stream, where we were monitoring this together on live stream as it was happening. And I just want to play you this really, really, really quickly. And I want you to listen to my thought process and execution of the trade. Okay, this is important. Another 70 million of shorts coming in. Well, no, actually, this is all just longs getting absolutely crushed. But this is where I'm personally going to look to take a long, because we are literally going to hit, well, we are literally back testing daily support. Just going to take it, I think, because why not? Pretty easy in validation. This is back below the daily. Okay, so there's a few things that I want you to bear in mind while we just remind ourselves what was happening in the time. Okay, so like we look at the volume, yeah? So we're always looking at this. We're looking at the volume. Why do we look at this? There's no second guessing this. We're seeing real live transactions as they're coming in. Like here, we see real live in the end ended 104 million. negative delta on that candle, yeah, with 197 million within the whole candle. Following up, we're seeing 7.2 million coming in on this candle. Why is this helpful information? We're no longer entering a guessing game. We are actually seeing the real live transacted volume. This is not spoofed. This is real money that's actually transacting as we're speaking. So what can we do with this information? Well, when we can start to see how many people are selling, we can start to get an idea of who's selling. And when we can start, we want to try and follow such as exchanges. If we can start to get an idea of what a big exchange is doing, and I'm under the perspective that the exchanges run Bitcoin, we want to follow essentially those people that are that are there on a daily basis with hundreds and thousands of millions of dollars, trading billions, people that are there with their billions of dollars. We are able to look into the charts. We're able to see who's transacting. And this is how you get those sniper entries. It's really how you get those absolutely crazy, lovely entries. It's by following along, and it's by, it's just by executing what you're seeing in the moment in time. Again, we're not trading off of random pivots, but when we come to those key levels, just as when we came to that key level up at the highs, yeah? Just as when we came up to that one and we recognize it's a good short. And in the time as it was happening, recognizing we're seeing a lot of sells, but they're getting absorbed. And like you saw there, I saw the data as it was coming in live on live stream with thousands of members watching. Pressure pretty high. Naturally, people are going to be probably following what I do. But I'm saying, I'm taking the long. It's not analyzing things for 10 minutes. It's seeing the data, seeing it live as it's happening, and making that decision, executing. No hesitation. It's like there. I compare this to like maybe you're a sniper. If you hesitate on that shot, well, it's not going to end well for you. But you got to see the information. You got to make an informed decision, and you got to take it. If you hesitate, you've missed the trade. If we look at this on the 1 minute chart, well, it's going to be pretty hard on the 1 minute chart. Let's try and find it really quickly to emphasize the point that I'm trying to make here. On the 1 minute chart, if we go back to that, yeah, there we go. We were there down at the lows for a few minutes. We were spending a few minutes at that low. But you see, I was able to see the information, and this isn't me trying to brag. This is just me saying exactly what happened. This is just a fact. We had done our Elliott wave counts. We had worked out the daily level, and we had said, let's take the trade. We had planned the idea, and then we must execute with no hesitation. Marketing in the long position. We all kind of know how this has ended, yeah? We all know how it ended very well indeed. But this is what I'm truly trying to emphasize here is, let's bring it back up a time frame. You really can start to see how we are doing the analysis. It's not getting analysis. I understand some people struggle with analysis paralysis, and that this means that they're trying to do too much things at the same time. And they're trying to do 100 different things, and they end up missing the trade. And this is a trait of somebody that's learning. I went through the same things myself. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just a natural part of progression, yeah? When you're trying to learn a lot of things, you don't know how to efficiently use them. It's just part of the learning process. Don't beat yourself up about it. But when you start to understand what's key, what in the moment are you looking for? You start to see the volume. You start to see who's transacting. You know that you're at the daily level. Well, you have instantly the entry, the stop loss, and the target. You've got yourself a trade. Whether that trade wins or loses, that's no longer your decision. That's no longer your participation. You are then a member of the market that has money in the game, and it will either move up to your target and you win the trade, or it comes down and stops you out. And that's why you have risk management, because if you get stopped out that trade, it's not the end of the world. We are trading the game of probabilities. Of course, we can lose a trade. But when we are seeing not only high probability trades based off a technical analysis, but then we're seeing the volume come in behind that, and we're talking about hundreds and millions coming in and defending at your level. Yeah, it's not often. Of course, we can lose, but it's not often that we're losing. That's all I can say. Okay, we got a few more trades to talk you through before we go what's happening here. I hope that you are, I really hope that you are learning from this. I'm doing this to really to just emphasize and show you the power of what we are doing. Yes, it's great. It really is pretty crazy when you think about it. But you know, this is, you know, this is that daily level, even from the public live stream. You know, we were talking about that level, we were ready, executing, bam, on to the next trade. No, we locked in the long. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you might not believe this. You kind of had to be there to believe it, I suppose. But during that same contenders live stream, I was talking about the resistance. My exact words were 100% short at this level. I want to just play you this clip now from the contenders live stream on Wednesday, the 14th of April, of the next level of resistance. Okay, take a listen to this. It only lasts about 30 seconds again. But again, look what we're looking at. It's going to be really, really, really cool. We're going to start the next Igor session in 20 minutes. And then if we can retest 63,500, that's a really good short. So 63,500. Yeah, this is where I would short Bitcoin. Yeah, this is where I'd look to short Bitcoin. So 63,500. So if we can retest this, and what we do is yeah, you get the point. That was after, obviously, I had long the daily level, and you see I made it very clear there. Short Bitcoin, looking for that at $63,500. $63,500, and this is, I think, going to blow your mind. Yeah, not only did we long the exact low of the move, and let's add back on this. You know, you can't really make this up. We we came straight into that level that we had recognized that was the short. Oh, and you can see, you know, I can't really make this up. we longed to the exact low. And then managed to, I can't speak for everybody, but managed to also then short the exact high of the move. Yeah, you can start to see now that this is not random. There's no way that this is random. What is happening in this market is predetermined. It's a Wells playground, and the market makers are just having an absolute blast because this market is not random. Everything that happens is predetermined, and it's just the levels of respect to almost the dollar low of the move, to almost the dollar high of the move. I mean, you know, if you think this is random, if you think that's, you know, you can have your own opinion, of course. I'm not trying to, you know, say people what to do. I'm just saying I'm providing you with the evidence, the facts, and the truth. You can make your own decision. But there's pretty hard to deny. I gave that level, and we hit that level to the dollar after just longing during the live stream the exact low. Well, we hit that level to the exact dollar high, and we start to see a pullback. Ladies and gentlemen, have a guess what the next thing that happened then. We see the dollar respected to the high. You all know what is our favorite CC, the CC Fibonacci. Okay, what I'm going to do then is start to say to you, okay, what was, again, after we had just shorted this high, okay, let's just remove that. Let's just remove that a second. We can add back on our key level, I suppose. Let's draw our Fibonacci. So again, another tool that we love to use. CC from the low up to the high. Yeah, you see then we came into the top of that CC to the absolute dollar, by the way, for a bounce. And this is just the CC Fibonacci. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Fibonacci that we are using daily. Very, very, very good Fibonacci pool. I want to say the best. I want to say the best Fibonacci level. CC Fibonacci. Okay, it's a thing of dreams. What can we say? Fortunately, we never reached the low of the CC, but we did bounce off the top of the CC there to the exact dollar. So not only did we reject off the exact dollar to the high, not only did we bounce off the almost to the exact dollar low, we done pivot number 1, pivot number 2, pivot number 3, CC, bam, 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 and we made our way back up. Where did we make our way back up to, ladies and gentlemen? Have a guess. Made our way back up to that key level. Key level, no? So exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened. Made our way back up to that key level. Again, we are hovering back around this daily now, $61,441, with about 21 million stepping in again. I want to keep my eye on this because I am trying to actively trade it. It's just, I'm not going to finish what I'm talking you through unless we get any massive movement here. But I'm just monitoring this. You know, there's nothing really that exciting happening right now, so I'm not going to, not really going to worry about this. But anyway, where were we going with this? Of course, yeah, the level that we came up to. There was actually another factor here that we can bear in mind. Okay, so another you know, we want to get these high probability trades, and this is what we had going on. You remember back when we were looking at that Elliott wave count to the downside to get that fifth of the low. Well, once we had that Elliott wave count in, we you know, obviously wasn't Daniel looking to short 63 500. Obviously, yes, obviously, absolutely we were. And well, ladies and gentlemen, what we had here was for the Elliott wave count. And now write this down. This is about Elliott waves. And I know we always get a lot of questions about Elliott waves, so I want you to write it down. Elliott wave theory. What we see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the downside. So just make sure you're writing this down because it's pretty important. Just going to take a quick grape now. Okay, what I'd recognized is we had seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the downside. We had even seen sub waves in wave 2 and wave 4. Absolutely, madre mia, perfecto. But what we're looking at then is, so this is what you want to write down. Once you have finished 5 waves to the downside to complete wave 1 or wave A, we are then looking for our standard move up to the CC Fibonacci retracement to give us our 5, 3, 5. So we are looking for our move upwards towards the CC. Obviously, we you know, had traded the daily level off the 5th, but then we are ultimately, for the best and highest probability, looking for a move up to the CC. Why? Because once we have seen 5 waves to the downside, we then look for a 3 wave move upwards to then give us another 5 waves to the downside. I know it's a little bit complex. I understand that. But essentially, we're looking for 5, 3, 5. So we're looking for an impulse, retracement up to the CC before continuing down for another impulse. This is standard Elliott wave theory. I know it's a little bit complex. I know not everybody knows about it, but for the people that have, you know, studied it a little bit, you know, it just makes perfect sense. What can I say? But basically, we're looking for 5, move up to the CC before another 5 impulse waves to the downside to complete an ABC correction. You know, this is just called an ABC, and you're, you know, the place that you're looking for is up onto that CC. Yeah. So we will add on, just as we saw the CC down here, we draw the exact reverse up from the high down to the low, and you can see we had the CC there right on that key level. That's the exact same key level that we had been trading off when we shorted this pivot high, and we come back into that again. So again, confluence, what can we say? This is what we call confluence. Just as we have it down here, we then have a perfect one up here. I mean, this is what we love. If you talk to us, if you talk to chart champions about shorting, well, if you can get a key level on a CC like that, then there's just not a world where you're not shorting it. There really is not a world where you're not shorting that. Ladies and gentlemen, what can we say? We all kind of know, as we see, blah, 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 we came up into that key level, and we came up into that CC. And so what can we start to see here? Well, there's a few things that we can start to add on. Okay, there's a few things here that we can start to add on. We can start to add on our one-to-ones. We could start to add on our CCs. Obviously, we don't need to add on the key level because we have it marked out previously. But when we add back on that Elliott wave count, we can start to see we had our 1, 2, 3, and obviously a low term time frame for the 5th. That came, as we all know, to our daily. So we had our 5 waves to the downside. And what do you want to see in wave B? So this is obviously, then we're starting to look at wave 1, 2, and we're expecting a 3rd to the downside. But in wave B, after seeing 5 waves in A, we're then looking for an A, B, C in B. And this is obviously on a lower degree. And we will change the color. We then actually see a very perfect A with 5 waves. We then see a B with an A, B, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C up right exactly where we wanted it. Remember, that was the CC that we were waiting, I was waiting for. Again, I'm giving to these in the champions group. If you're interested in live updates as it's happening, we come up into that CC. Yeah, we get one move above it, and look at that swing failure pattern onto our key level back below. Perfect, no? Perfect. So we then have an A, we have a B. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you already know this. I think you already kind of know it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. As, hey, If you're a champion, I don't think you should answer because it's a little bit unfair on everybody else. Maybe, but I will ask. What's the standard 1-to-1? Again, this is textbook stuff. What extension are we looking for an ABC zigzag? Okay, what is the Fibonacci extension that we're looking for? Let's see how many people are paying attention to what we teach, the theories that we're giving, and really, I want to say the best education that you can get for cryptocurrency right now. That's what I'm going to say. Let's see how many people have the answer. What is the Fibonacci extension that we're looking for on this after we've reached an A and a B? Let's see how many people know. Amen. 1-to-1, 1-to-1, 1-to-1. We got people paying attention. They are obviously educating and learning. Or did I give the answer? Younes, you better not be trolling me, mate. I don't know if I gave the answer or not by accident. Exactly. We saw a lot of the right answers there with the 1-to-1. It was the 1-to-1. If I didn't already say that, maybe I did. I don't know. Pretty funny, no? But yeah, we are looking for that 1-to-1. Okay. And there's actually something. Should I go? Yes, I will talk you through the 1-to-1. So basically, we had this 1-to-1. Yeah. So we start to add on. Let's just remove this. Okay. Let's actually no. We'll keep that on. And yeah, we'll keep this on. So we're looking for a 1-to-1 to finish our ABC, and we're going to go from the high to the low to the high. Bam! 1-to-1 extension. 1-to-1 extension. Again, you might be like, oh, this is hindsight. There's no way you called that level. There's no way you had bids preset. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I'm going to share with you. Of course, there's a way. This is Daniel from Chart Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll show you. I keep saying ladies and gentlemen, man. I'm too I don't know. Anyway, this is what I want to show you here. Post from early this morning. Again, we're talking about nearly 8 hours ago. I was writing this. At the moment, still in my Bitcoin short for the 1-to-1 extension. Okay, so I'm mentioning the 1-to-1 extension earlier in the day before it obviously hit. We had another few posts about this. There's another post again from the Champions group. Again, if you want these levels before they hit, and what can I say? We got the money-making machine of Chart Champions. At the moment, again, this was this morning at 10 a.m. Still looking for lower levels on my Bitcoin. Obviously, I was in a short position. You see the level that I gave here? The 1-to-1. 1-to-1, the 1-to-1, the 1-to-1, 60,275. So the people that were saying there's no way that you were giving these levels before they hit, still in the short for the 1-to-1 extension, still looking for lower levels, giving the 1-to-1. Well, there we go. We hit the 1-to-1. It was literally the absolute low of the move. There was no way you could have got a better entry, and look at the reaction. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, even the title of this video was talking about the targets. This was a major target for me, and I obviously put out the title of the video before we had hit this. So we hit this. We hit the target at 12:15. This video was put out before we had hit this. So I apologise, but this kind of was a major target for me. It was the 1-to-1 extension. It was the level that we were looking for. And what can we say? Blah 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 blah. You know. You literally just need to trade the levels that I give you and you can become a millionaire. This is too easy. That was while the bounce was still getting underway. But I mean, yeah, what can we say? Exactly as predicted now. Exactly as predicted now. From the level that we're waiting for to touch it to the absolute wick for a minute to bam. I mean, where we are right now. Pretty crazy, no? But again, I want to show you another level of confluence that we had here because there was another thing. And we also had this beautiful channel. Okay, we absolutely love to use channels at Chart Champions. And look at this one here. Look at this channel. High, low, high, on the 1-to-1 at the low of the channel. A, B, C correction. Madre mia. What can I say? Middle of the channel, rejection, support, 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 support. Middle of the channel, rejection. Come down to the daily, support. I love what I do because we crush these charts every day. Oh man, all I can say is I love what I do. How can I not love what I do when I'm making this much money? It's crazy. These levels are an absolute gold mine. That is coming into the 1-to-1 that we were absolutely waiting for. It is seeing that level respected, and it is seeing a lot of millionaires made in the Champions group as bam. we hit the levels, they're respected. And I mean, you know, how can you not be happy about that? Come on. Anyway, yeah, you can see the confluence thereof. Let's just hide that a second and hide this. And here we see the 1-to-1, 12:15 this afternoon. Only touched it for 1 exact minute. If you got your positions field there, what can I say? Yeah, pretty good, no? And ladies and gentlemen, the things that you want to write down, because I do want to help you. 1-to-1 extension. Okay. That's off of an ABC. You target the 1-to-1. You can get a channel on this. You couldn't have got a better looking setup than this, let's be honest, for a long position. Yeah. So what am I'm a bit sorry that we didn't manage to see this happen like after the live stream, but all I can say is if you remember, you knew the levels. Obviously, for the public watching this, at least you've learned what to look for next time, no? 1-to-1 extensions with your channels, gold mine. So yeah, I mean, I must admit, that's naturally a pretty high, you know, for me, it was a big target for that short position. And just look at this, yeah? High to low, into the CC, then from the CC to the 1-to-1. Pretty good now. I think we might have actually had this on as well. Yeah, we're also around your first negative fib. So that's for another video. But confluence. Yeah, what can we say? We come down to that really big target. And now we are up to what's happening now. Now we're up to what is happening next. Let me take a few grapes and just give me a bit of time. I don't want to like eat into the mic because I don't want to be horrible. So yeah, that really brings us up to what's happening now. So if we come back to this volume, I hope nobody freaked out by the move to the downside, because I was saying there really was no need to worry. It was all positions closed, and this is why you look at the volume, you look at the open interest. There was no reason to really worry. We've already made up the whole move. 73 million longs coming in to literally buy up everybody that sold. People waiting to buy the dips, no. So yeah, we you know, just as it's really occurring, we saw about 104 million sell orders in that candle, but it was just the people closing. You know, this is why you have to think, if this was new shorts coming in, yeah, you might be slightly not really worried, but think, okay, we're going to see more downside. But when it's just like people closing, not really that much of a worry, is it? And we've already made up the whole move. So I think we can naturally say we're going to have a few key levels here. So if we add back on those few key levels a second, I wanted to add on that key level and obviously our old key level, which was here. It's coming in at 62,000. I mean, let's just say 62,600. Obviously, still have that key level there, 63,075. What we're going to actually see now is when we pull this fib from the high to the low. Look at this, right on that key level. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete that. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it there. And I'm going to say that is our next key level of resistance. Especially if this can take a little bit of time. I would like that to hit over the weekend. I'm really going to be looking for a move up, to be honest. Obviously, I'm in a long, if you couldn't already tell. I'm looking for it to come up to 62k. I'll show you the long that I'm in, by the way. It's just something that I posted on Instagram, but for the people that love to see these sort of things. Yes, so this is the current one. Obviously, this was one that I had from the weekly from last week. I compounded it when it hit the lows, so obviously the entry is a little bit different. But yeah, this is the long that I'm still in, and yeah, you know where I'm looking up, and I would really like to hit around 62k. I think it would be very nice if we can get it to that level. We got then coming back into the CC, we got coming back into the top of the channel. But the thing is, I'd like this to take a little bit of time. I wouldn't really like us to just go straight up here. If it happens, it happens. I'm long. It's not like I'm going to care. But I would much prefer it to do something like this, where it takes its time to make its way back up. Because then I would have a time aspect and I would have that key level, yeah? So I would be a much more of a fan of it taking its time, about a day. 70, yeah, I would prefer it to take about 24 hours to get here, Maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe it comes up a bit quicker. But that's really what I'm looking for next, if I'm totally honest with you. Obviously, we're going to expand upon this. We are going to expand upon this. But, you know, just for the first thing that I'm really looking for here, yeah, I'm going to be looking at this. There's going to be two things that either occur. I either will look for, you know, a rejection here, and we make our way back down, or it does something like this, and it just breaks through, holds it as support, and, you know, look towards another new all-time high sort of thing. But there is two factors. You know, I'll go cover the bearish factor first. That this actually could be a WXY that brings us down below $60,000. Okay, this would mean that we come up towards the top of the channel. We put in a rejection for an X wave, and it really does this: 3, 3, and then you end with another 3, and it gives you a WXY correction. And that's obviously a bullish pattern. But that's really what we can be leaning on for a bearish pattern. Alternatively, you have to remember there is an alternative always, because we're playing probabilities, and that is that we have literally, you know, we've already worked on our 1, our 2, our 3. We put in an ABC on the 4, and we're then coming up for another new all-time high for the 5th. I mean, this is the thing. I'm currently positioned in a long for the day trades. I'm looking up towards 62k. Where do I make my decision if we're in a 5th? And this was an ABC for the 4th, or this is a WXY on the 4th, and we're coming down still for the 4th. You know, how do I determine whether we're finished the 4th wave or we're still making the 4th wave? Well, I'm going to be looking at those next two key levels of 62k. If we reject here, head our way down or the bottom or the top of the channel, I believe that I can still, with a high degree of probability, say that we're making a WXY. If we break out of that channel, we start to see the volume increases, I have to acknowledge. And likely that means me losing a trade, because it's very likely I'm going to short that. But it does mean I would take a loss on my short, and I'd look to switch it into a, well, I'd probably keep my long simultaneously running, you know, so I'd short that while simultaneously letting my long run. That's how I trade. That's how I make quite a lot of money. So that's how I'm going to keep doing it. But, you know, that's the next level that I would look to trade there. And, you know, you can start to see why now. I got the CC, I got the fibs there. I've got some pretty nice volume there. You know, it all comes down to making a plan. I think it's likely that I short it, but I would also keep the longs simultaneously running, you know. That way, if I get stopped out of short, I'm pretty covered on the longs. Alternatively, you know, we reject there, I close my long, I keep the short running. And it's a really good way of trading. Well, I don't think many people do it. Or maybe people in the group do, but I don't think people generally on YouTube, I don't think YouTube traders are doing it. Not obviously dissing anyone, but anyway, there's one other thing, yeah, that I really wanted to bring your attention to here. Before we maybe move on to some altcoins. Dogecoin 93%, wow, that's crazy. I do want to talk you through a little bit more here on Bitcoin. And I want to hide a few of these things. I want to hide the Elliott wave count, hide this, hide this, hide this, hide this. Leave on this. You might have a question. You might be saying to yourself, Daniel, did you long and lose the daily? Because naturally, if you had still had that daily level on, could have you been baited into a long trade this morning off of this daily and essentially losing the trade? Again, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing if you lost the trade. It's like, who cares if you lost that trade? You know, if you long the daily, hey, maybe lost the trade, but you had another one straight after it, which I hope you won. But let's just say, you know, you might be questioning, Daniel, did you long this daily? You can have a guess. Do you think I long the daily? And, well, if you're in the group, if you're in the champions group, you know I didn't. And now I want to explain the reasons. Obviously, they know the reasons as well. But for the public here watching the video, I want you to know the reason. You remember last week when we were trading this range and we had a range here and I didn't long the lower the range here on the 7th of April and we moved down to the weekly. And why did I not long the lower the range? It's because I recognized we were on a Fibonacci time pivot. E.g., I'm expecting an increase in volatility and a break of that market structure. That happened on the 7th of April and we had that lovely long off of the weekly. Okay, that was a brilliant long, which I still hold today, which was compounded today, by the way. So obviously I'd done that long of the weekly, and the exact same theory of why I did not long the lower the range here, but I did the weekly, and why I did not long the daily, but I did the one-to-one, is because of Fibonacci time. I want to share with you this one because I think it's pretty special. I want to share with you this one, the post here from the guy. Okay, there's a few posts that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this. I want to play you this clip because, you know, it's pretty cool. But the guy says, well, this is from my video from 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I was given a Fibonacci time pivot. Shall we take a listen to what that was? Let's take a listen here. Pretty cool, if I say so myself. Unmute this. Let's take a listen to my video from 2 years ago, predicting a date of the next pivot. The date of the 3618, let's tell you a second. So if we come over to here, put on our Fibonacci time, the 3618 is coming in at the 16th of April 21. Then the 4 is coming in, it's off the chart, but yeah, the next date, it'd be the 16th of April 21. Okay, so 16th of April 21. 16th of April 21. That was predicted 2 years ago. 2 years ago, predicting that pivot. You might be thinking, why is this helpful? Well, it was helpful for me to really make the decision not to long the daily and expecting a bigger move to occur today. Okay, that's the first thing that it helped me. It was honestly, that was the primary reason, I suppose. It really aided me in recognizing, let's not long the daily, and let's wait for a bigger move to the downside and an increase in volatility. Just as I expected when we hit the weekly, an increase in volatility. Obviously, back then, we lost the low of our range, which was around 56,800. 56,800. We were on a Fibonacci time pivot. We moved down to the daily. Today, we were on a Fibonacci time pivot, which I found 2 years ago, to give us that move down to the one-to-one today. Again, just an increase in volatility. We can start to increase our probabilities. So yeah, how about that then? And these were a few posts, you know, expanding upon the Fibonacci time pivot here that I think is going to find you might almost blow your mind a little bit. So obviously, yeah, we were recognizing that Fibonacci time pivot. And why was this so important? Well, you might be thinking, is it a coincidence that Coinbase released their IPO, their stock, however you want to refer to this as now? They released it right on a Fibonacci time pivot, 2 days prior, actually, 2 days prior to the Fibonacci time pivot. But don't you think that's really funny how a major event in the market, you know, that has made history, happened within 2 days of a major 3.618 Fibonacci time pivot? I mean, that absolutely blows my mind. It really blows my mind that we were talking about this day 2 years ago. And then for that date to have such a big occurrence in the market of like within 2 days, obviously I missed it by 2 days, but that actually aided me to trade. And I want to show you these posts again with reference to this. Made a post on, this would have obviously been on the 14th, so the day the day Coinbase got listed. I was saying everybody is expecting a massive move for the Coinbase listing. It would be better to go sideways for a few days and let everybody over leveraged get chopped up before a big move. Okay, so I was recognizing that people were likely going to get chopped up for this. Where was the other post in reference to it? Send it sideways and wreck all the retail traders trying to trade the listing. You know how many people lost money trying to long Coinbase? Coinbase dropped like 30%. People got absolutely wrecked by it. People got wrecked on it on Bitcoin as it went to the downside. But via recognizing the pivot, by recognizing that on the 14th we were not going to get any major move because we were not on the time pivot, that aided me in saying on the 14th that we are going to go sideways, that the people are going to get chopped up here. And how I expected that daily to break today to head to the one-to-one. I impressed myself. I kind of impressed myself. I'm thinking like, wow, 2 years ago I found that time pivot. And for it to be actually affecting how I trade 2 years later, I think that's, I mean, for myself anyway, that just was like, that's so crazy, man. That's literally so crazy. Yeah, that not gonna lie, I entertained myself with that one. Yeah, and there's no word of a lie, no word of a lie. That was the primary reason why I did not long that daily, and I was looking for an extended move to the downside. To again, you want to see how much volume was transacted at that low. Okay, we're talking 189 million, 36 million, 39 million, 24 million, 53 million, 32 million negative delta. That was a candle. Okay, you see these sequences: 221 million, 575 million, 243, 200 million, 399 million, 100 million, 180 million, 226, 123, 527 million. The low candle, 261 million being bought up on 316 and 246 million. We are seeing hundreds, nearly thousands of millions of dollars being traded at that one-to-one. Come on, that's pretty cool. No, it's not every day you see this type of volume coming in. So, clearly people are acting on this, and really it just makes me very happy. I think it just kind of makes me very happy. It's like, this is why I love to put in the work, because I think your hard work, wow, you reap the rewards of, you reap the rewards, you really do. Yeah, that for me was a special one anyway. That felt very special. Not that anyone else really cares, I suppose. For me, that was a special one. Very special. And then that leaves us with this, yeah? And it really just leaves us with this picture of Bitcoin. I think this really can offer us some very nice trades. We have a really nice short lined up. We have a really, that obviously, let's approach this as if we put in the WXY, and naturally we're going to be looking down towards, would give us a next target of around, $59,000. Again, you have to view this as a kind of region, because it's so dependent on time. But you really, if it happens quickly, you're going to be looking at a $59,000 target to the downside. And if it happens more slowly, you're going to be looking at $58,000 target. So it really is, it's not easy to know at the moment, because it's so dependent on time. But if you are putting in WXY, you're going to be looking here, in my viewpoint of the analysis. Again, I must stress, no financial advice in this video. Do your own research. Previous results, no, that doesn't mean I'm going to do the future correct. All the legal disclaimers, you got to understand, no financial advice. But I am under the perspective that if we put in this WXY, I'll be looking, if it happens quickly, to $59,000. If it happens slowly, to $58,000. That's a matter of time and volume as it's coming in. That's not something you can predict, but you can obviously be aware of the levels, yeah? So now we have our key levels to the upside for the shorts. We have our key levels to the long side, to the downside for the longs. What more do you want? Hey, what more can you ask for? Well, I guess if you have no knowledge of technical analysis, you might ask for, I don't know, if you have at least a little bit of common sense. I don't want to be mean. If you just have a little bit of understanding of technical analysis, then you understand the exact trades I'm literally looking for. I've pretty much just told you. So, yeah, that's what I feel that we have going on right now, in terms of Bitcoin. How do you like that then? How about that for a plan? You know the whole thought process is behind the plan. You know how we even got to this. Again, we have literally been trading the low, the high, the low, the high, the low of all of this. These last 4 major pivots have all been traded by chart champions. Pretty cool, no? We've literally made 4 major pivots on the chart, all called in advance, all levels given in advance. And yeah, it's pretty cool. See how it continues over the weekend. Remember, the weekend is a little bit of an anomaly. I don't trade the weekend, so yeah. Thank you for the random donation there, my friend. All hail Maximus Danielus, the gladiator king of trades. For those about to trade, we salute you. That's really funny. You know what? I watched Gladiators the other day, man, and that is such an amazing film. Daniel was born in 2025. I've said in reference to this one, say my brain at high level chess, I actually always will say trading is a game of chess. You know, trading is a game of chess. It's not just about what you want to do. You have to think, what are your opponents doing? What are your opponents trading? How are they positioning themselves? So when I'm trading, I'm not only thinking about my plan. Although I'm not trading off of what anyone else does, I am thinking about what everyone else is doing. You remember that really good video that I made about that head? I think I might even still have this video, you know. Pretty sure I might still have this, like, saved on the files, head and shoulders. Yeah. Oh my god, I do have it. You remember this one?
Bottoming pattern that we're putting in here, and I suppose what's going to happen, you know, you can already kind of predict it. What probably a lot of people are going to be saying if we start to move up higher, they're going to be looking at this. I would have thought, oh, look at this, we might get a head and shoulders pattern. Hey, you can kind of predict these things before they even happen, but actually a bit of a range, and I really do think that if we do come up here and we get the rejection, I think everybody's going to be talking about head and shoulders. I can already foresee that. This is the thing. Thousands of different patterns, thousands of different potentials. I think you only want to focus on the highest probabilities. Who cares about all these random patterns? I can personally say I would not be, even if it forms, like, I'm not going to be trading for the head and shoulders. I'll tell you that for nothing. But anyway, I'm sure some people will.
Oh man, I thought that also included, basically, it's really random. If you weren't a subscriber back then, we were talking about this head and shoulders, and literally it formed exactly as predicted, and we had like a perfect inverse head and shoulders, and it literally ended into the best short position ever. So sorry, I thought that video included the rest of it, but made myself look like a bit of an idiot there. But I didn't realize the clip was only 30 seconds long. Yeah, it's a game of chess. You have to think what your opponent's going to do, think what's going to destroy the market, think what's going to wreck 95% of the market, and most likely that's going to happen. When everybody starts talking about the same thing, it's not going to happen. Or it's very unlikely going to happen. Think you know, a bit differently than what 99% of the market think. But yeah, it is a game of chess. I agree with that comment 100%. It absolutely is a game of chess. Anyway, I want to talk you through, so yeah, that's Bitcoin. Does everybody understand that plan, by the way? Everybody understand what we've gone through there, the reasons, the explanations? I really want to make sure that you're getting some value and you're understanding what we're going through here. I think it's really important that you actually understand. So give me some feedback, if you would be so kind. And if everybody understands, then I'm going to move on to an altcoin. I just want to make sure people understand Bitcoin there, really. Yes, no worries at all. Yes, thank you. No worries then. Cool. I know that's not everybody, but it's the first two people to answer. That's a pretty good, pretty good comeback for me to move on. Yes, we're getting a lot of people saying yes. Amazingly clear, all clear. Thank you. Cool. Cool. Yep, everybody is saying they understand. That is brilliant. I'm very happy. So that means we can move on then. Brilliant. Oof, look at this. While we've been speaking, Dogecoin has moved down 20%. It was on 100% earlier, yeah? I mean, it's very hard for me to do analysis on this, man. It is very hard for me to do analysis on this. I love Dogecoin, don't get me wrong. I love Dogecoin. Yeah, if you don't know why I love Dogecoin so much, it's because I do own a Doge. So I own it. There you go. Oh. We even managed to invest in Dogecoin before Moon. We have our own little Doge. This is why I have a very high opinion of Doge. I love Doge because I have one. So for me to see this mooning, it really makes me very happy. Not just because I have some, but because it has a special place in my heart. The meme coin is the best performing asset of 2021. How funny is that, yeah? That the meme coin is the best performing asset of 2021. But yeah, I love Dogecoin. It makes me very happy to see this. But I mean, in terms of analysis, it's very difficult. This is like fueled by FOMO. This is fueled by crazy people that are buying up at the highs. I mean, we can do a little bit on this, but it really is defying all logic. It really is. Let's see the 2618 on the 21. Yeah, I mean, 2618 there coming in at 703 sats.
was pretty much the wick high, 25% down from that. I mean, first of all, I would just have to say there's no way in the world I would buy Dogecoin at 500 sats. There's just no way in the world I'm buying this at 500 sats. When I traded Dogecoin, it was literally for like 10 sats. So it's crazy to even think this is at 500 sats and there's people willing to buy it. Yeah, literally, I was trading this when it was, I'm pretty sure it was like 16 sats when I bought it. And now it's like, yeah, 500 sats is massively overvalued for a meme coin. But good luck to people trying to trade it, you know. I think you had that. Let's just see the three then where this comes in. So 793. I mean, I'm not even going to say this can't continue up because let's be honest, it can. If it continues up, I think you got psychological 1,000 sats, which is still another 100% from here. So if this wants to continue up again, I wouldn't even really look so much at the technical analysis, and I'd kind of just go for the psychological 1,000, which is pretty funny. And I'm not going to waste loads of time talking you through Doge because I don't really see the point. It's not really that. It's not really like if you want to take trading seriously, you don't really trade Doge. It's kind of a meme coin, yeah. That said, it's respected technicals to a certain extent. 2.618, 25% pullback. 3 is at 793. I think you got the psychological 1,000 sats. I mean, personally, I wouldn't even look to trade this. It's not something I have interested in, you know. Yeah, I honestly just don't have interest in it. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't get involved anywhere here on longs. I think you're way too late. If you're looking for longs on Doge, it's like you're way too late to the boat. You had to buy this ages ago. There's no way I would ever buy Dogecoin at 500 sats. There's just no way I would ever do that. But you know, if you're still in the longs, well done, man, because payday is definitely struck. I think your next big target has got to be 1,000 sats. Again, it's not really technicals. It's just off of a psychological number. But that 1,000 sats has to be pretty important. And if it breaches 1,000 sats, man, I mean, that would bring this. I mean, let's just see from here to 1,000 sats is 91%. So I mean, that would bring Doge to around 6 cents, and you're currently at 31 cents, and you would be looking at around 60 cents, which is just crazy to even think that this is worth 60 cents. For me, it just is kind of, I think it's really good. Yeah, I think it's really funny. You know, I'm really happy to see Dogecoin going up this much. Don't get me wrong, like, I think it's absolutely amazing. But I mean, there's just no way in the world I would buy Dogecoin here. But if it hits 60 cent, man, that is amazing. But there's no way I'd be buying it. If you've already owned it from lower levels, I think 60 cents is a nice take profits. Not financial advice, of course. You got to do whatever you want. But yeah, I think 60 cents is a very nice profit. That leaves you at about 1,000 sats on the Bitcoin pair. That's really is the way that I would do this. And I mean, if I really wanted to buy back in, I would have to be looking back down towards 0.6, 0.06. Even better when it was valued back down at the bloody, the very lows, man. Yeah, look, this was like a stable coin for ages. This was like full on meme coin. And this has way more history. Like this exchange doesn't even have all the history. I remember trading this way before it got listed on this exchange. But anyway, yeah, that's Dogecoin. I want to move on swiftly from Dogecoin because I don't think it's that interesting. It's just kind of a hype coin now. I want to talk about Litecoin because Litecoin is one that's I think really interesting. It's not taken off yet. I'm involved in it, but yeah, let's take a look at Litecoin together now.
I've already given you this one once, but so yeah, this is my thought process on Litecoin. It's still the same as before. Obviously, I've been talking about Litecoin for a little while now. I still think that we can put in a bottoming pattern, be this a head and shoulders, whatever bottoming pattern we put down here, rounded bottom, you know, it's not really so important. You can see the rounded bottom that we have potentially here, where we are really rounding out. Whatever we put in here doesn't really bother me as long as we don't take out the low. And we really have a potential bump and run. It'd be very bullish for Litecoin, seeing hundreds of % to the upside. We have a very easy entry, very easy invalidation, very easy target. Well, target's debatable. This is why I was saying maybe we just have a smaller target, 25%. Maybe we have a bigger target. Maybe we have an ultra bullish target. This is to be decided. It's not like, you know, you could be looking at 400% gains, but even if I walk around with 70% gains, I'm pretty happy. But yeah, this is the bullish bump and run. You really need to break. Okay, so it's very important that you remember for this setup to activate, you actually have to break the trend line. So you do need to break the trend line with an increase in volume. Okay, so what you would want to see is a break of the trend line with an increase in volume. And then you get an activated bump and run pattern. And this target is officially going to be all the way up at blah, 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 about 400% move to the upside. So very potential big gains on Litecoin. You wonder why I have I have a lot of Bitcoin of this one. Because I think it looks pretty nice. Bump and run. Fourth touch. You need to see the volt. You need to see the trend line broken, of course. Do not forget that. It's not like, obviously I am in Litecoin, yeah. I'm already in it, but yes, we do need to break the trend line for the bump and run. And if we do, we're looking at hundreds of % gains to the upside. Very nice. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. Low term time frame, head and shoulders. I'm not really bothered about it, but that's what we have got going on. That is what we have going on there. I'm trying to think if there is anything else I wanted to mention on Litecoin. Nope, don't think there's anything else. Obviously, Tezos is the other one that we're trading right now with a very similar scenario. Rounded bottom coming back above these first highs. We really need to clear these highs. So we were looking at yes. So this is my resistance box on Tezos. Just so you guys and girls know that these are not ones that we've traded recently. I'll show you this, yeah. So this is obviously when I went shopping. We bought quite a lot of altcoins. So I'm already in all of these. So the way, just so you know, because I know some people are like, oh, you just talk about the altcoins. You're trying to steal. I am in Algo. I am in Litecoin. I am in Rep. I am in Tezos. I am in YFI. And obviously started buying these from the 25th of March. And literally we were buying the bottom on all of them. I'm personally going to look to sell my Tezos early. You know, I'm looking to sell it between really 1,280 and potentially at a high of 1,450. This is where I'm going to look to sell my Tezos. I think it's a nice target. Obviously, if we breach 1,500 sats, yeah, Tezos can look really good. But for me, that's such a big take profit. But if Tezos clears 1,500 sats, I think it's well. I don't see why we can't come back up another 60 to 100%. Come back into that floor. It's about 2,400 sats. So, you know, personally, I'm in longs on all of these, yeah? I'm in long on Litecoin, I'm in long on Tezos, I'm in long on all of these coins. At the lows when no one else wanted to buy them, I was buying them, you know? But, yeah, I'm going to look to sell my Tezos in this box. If we breach it and we reclaim 1,500, I think I'll look to get back in and trade it up to around 2,400 or an all-time high. Like, I think it looks pretty nice. But again, you got to remember we are running into resistance. Well, this is where I'm going to sell anyway. But if we reclaim 1,500, yes, I think it looks very bullish for a move to around 2,400 sats there. If we breach that, wow, all-time highs on Tezos. Give it to me. Give me those all-time highs. I'd be very happy.
It's a bit too early to think that yet, though, because we have got that really big resistance above us. But those are obviously two that I have absolutely got to like. I kind of like them. Tron is another one that I was talking you through, yeah? So we were talking obviously through Tron here. And we were going on the 30-minute time frame. Yep. So this looked like it never come down to the entry that I was giving. That's a bit of a shame. No, this was an entry. This was a setup that I gave 3 days ago. I was giving this setup on a live stream, and it was this was a free public live stream, and we were obviously looking for around this on Tron, which never played out in the end. That's a shame, no. And you don't lose any money by not taking a trade, but we could have made some money on that one. But so yeah, I'm sorry, but I if you were waiting for this one, and I don't think I think you can cancel your orders. The setup's invalidated. Yeah, we were basically looking for that run of the bottom of the channel, but I think we've missed Tron. Oh, I've missed Tron here anyway. Not really that bothered. There's 100 different altcoins to trade, but that was a nice setup on Tron. Unfortunately, it's kind of gone off without us. Nothing to really worry about. You don't lose any money by that, but yeah, that was a nice setup, I do think, to be fair. We all know about XRP. Like XRP is right up on that CC at the moment. We come into the CC, we dropped even further. So we hit the top of the CC and we dropped 23% on XRP. Wow. So XRP is obviously against that CC, and Ethereum. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Please tell me you were watching my videos when I told you exactly what was going to happen on Ethereum. Like no one can say I didn't call that. That I was saying Ethereum I think is really bullish now, and I'm expecting it to head to that monthly. Like, this is exactly as predicted. You can't even say it wasn't, because it literally is. And yeah, Ethereum we were looking bullishly on, and I was saying it will come up to the monthly next. And well, look at that. We hit the monthly. We have essentially got a bit of a pullback from this, retested it again. Another pullback, test it again, another pullback. So monthly is resistance. So if we can start to reclaim monthly, then wow, Ethereum coming into weekly. That's crazy. But Ethereum exactly as predicted. You know, this is what you got to love those levels, no? Come on, I give you levels and they pretty much are respected always, no? Whatever the asset, I think even on Dogecoin, even though I meme about Doge, you got to remember I love Dogecoin. Yeah, it's just I don't really trade it. But I think it would respect levels, to be fair. It's just really hard to get a level on Dogecoin because it's so volatile. As you know, like Ethereum, Litecoin, Tezos, Tron, XRP, they respect, you know, they're respecting anyway levels right now perfectly. So perfectly. And you know, this is a real example here on Ethereum. We're saying, you know, it looks really bullish, no? And here we go. Pretty sure, actually. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's what I say about that. See, that's Ethereum. I'm pretty sure I even wrote about this one here. There you go, on the 14th. ETH on its way up to monthly level. Written on the 14th, 2 days ago. We're now on the 16th. So 2 days ago I wrote, Ethereum is on its way upwards to monthly level. That is written in the sand, as they say, written in the stars. And look at that. Bam, monthly. Bam, monthly. Exactly as predicted. Anyway, you gotta love it. No, you really have to love it.
The levels are magic. How long have we been going on? 1 hour 30. Pretty good, I suppose. Trying to think if there's any other major alts I want to cover. Bitcoin done. Litecoin done. Tezos done. Ethereum done. Bitcoin done. We're looking at Coinbase stock. I've actually now taken a few trades on Coinbase. Obviously, it really needs to reclaim 350 though. If it can reclaim 53, if it can reclaim 350, we should get a really nice 10% move to the upside, I think. I think this is going to get a bit more games, but you can kind of see already what it's trying to do. It's trying to. Thing is, I just don't think it's going to be this easy, really. But it's obviously trying to put in like a ascending triangle now. Let me click. Come on. Obviously pretty textbook. But the thing is, with these triangles, you have to remember they can break to the up and down side. So you don't want to always just be like, why does it got to break up? But if it does break up, bring you up to about $380. And if it breaks down, you break down to around $300. That would be lovely. I'd love it to break down. But I also don't think it will be that simple. You know, what would I not be surprised to do? I wouldn't even be surprised to see it do something like this, you know, break up, everybody gets really bullish and buys it, and then it does that. That would be like my favorite scenario. Like, I hate, you all know I'm not a pattern trader. Yeah, I really don't like these textbook patterns where you're like, oh, if it breaks up, we buy. If it breaks down, we sell. I really am not a fan of those sort of things. So I would love it to do that. Like, break up, everybody buys, break down, everybody sells, and maybe it does that. Like, then it breaks up. Everybody that buys here, stopped out. Everybody that sells here, stopped out. It's funny. But yeah, that's basically what I think everybody's looking at is an ascending triangle now. Looks pretty standard. Bitcoin still trying to head up. Again, I want to emphasize that the weekend moves on Bitcoin are very sometimes exaggerated. So this is the thing. I don't really like to trade weekends. So, you know, I'm just not a fan of trading weekends. I like to take some time off. I'm like doing this 16 hours a day, Monday to Friday. So my weekend, I kind of like to relax. So if it happens on a weekend, then yeah. I just think you got to remember on weekends, moves can be a bit exaggerated. So although like on a weekday, we would expect this to be respected to the dollar or close to. Whereas on the weekend, you can kind of see these exaggerated moves where you like push up higher on the weekend. You have a massive CME gap and then you kind of get your moves down then heading into Monday, Tuesday. Something to be aware of. We wouldn't go all in on my life savings, let's just say, on the key level on a weekend. You know, yeah, my final thoughts really on the Bitcoin chart. We have the potential wave 4 up for the wave 5, which is literally that we've done an ABC, and now we are moving straight up for the new all-time high on Bitcoin charts. And that's an ABC done. Alternatively, we've done an ABC for a W. We come in for a X, and this could obviously come up to here, for example. And then we come down for another ABC to give us a WXY. Obviously, it's better if it stays in the channel, but does not have to. That's a valid WXY where we swing failure to pattern the high of B, for example. Come back down. So valid. Yeah, there's just some ideas that I have. Again, my shorts here would be hedged while staying in a long, so I wouldn't only expose myself to a short on the weekend. You know, if it happens on the weekend, if it happens on a weekday, it might be different. But yeah, my thoughts on Bitcoin. Fairly simple. I think this is fairly simple. Cardano is fairly simple. Tezos. None of these really have new updates. They're all pretty much the same. Litecoin looks the best, of course. Ethereum, Bitcoin. Yeah, there you go. Oof. Oh yeah, I was going to end with some really nice posts from. I might not end. I don't know. We've been going on for an hour and a half, but I wanted to end with some really like. Even if I haven't given you enough inspiration already tonight by showing you how accurate that you can be on Bitcoin, like I've been pretty accurate now with these levels and with these calls, pretty accurate indeed. I don't think you can deny that. If you wanted some inspiration from members doing this, I just loved these posts. You might want to pause your screen to read this, and I hope they don't mind me sharing. But I didn't think of that. If you do, I'm really, really sorry. And I guess I can like edit this out. You can edit the live stream, or I'll just delete the live stream if you really want it, delete it. But this was a post that I found really great. It's from somebody that has come into the group. They've studied so hard, and you can read some of the processes, the journey that they've gone through, having to change the mindset, have to go from losing a lot of money to really turning their trades around, going now to a successful win rate from 70-30 to now 80-20, and improving every day. You know, these are the type of posts. Another guy here like changing around their portfolios. You know, I think it's absolutely brilliant. You can pause the screen to read these. I don't think you want to me to read it all out. A bit time consuming, but you can pause, read through this. You know, the guy here is married with 5 kids, full-time career, and still absolutely killing it. And I think that's inspirational. You know, I think this is really great. Yeah, I thought that was brilliant. Anyway, I read that and it made me happy. And you know, if you want some inspiration, here's some other people doing what we do, making money trading. Love you too. There is the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Eagle. Also with a similar long. 60,229. Oh man, so Igor basically longed the exact low with me today. No, I'm not surprised. I'm literally not surprised, but he literally longed the exact low as well. We got people making money on XRP. Got people making money on Doge, 400%. Oh man, this guy shorted it. It's crazy. Thank you, Daniel and Igor. 3rd month here, and keep on learning from you guys. You are absolutely welcome, my friend. Again, another guy longing nearly the exact low. This is the man himself, Haymaker. He's turned his account from literally, what was it? He started on like I want to say he started on like 0.2 Bitcoin, and now he's at 7 Bitcoin. The guy has gone from 0.2, I'm pretty sure it's 0.2 Bitcoin, and now he sits on 7.8 Bitcoin. And we're talking about in a matter of months. This guy joins, had no, you know, literally learn everything that we were doing. He's said it himself, like he studied like 15 hours a day, all of our content, started with no trading knowledge at all a few months ago, learned everything, and now he sits there with 7.8 Bitcoin after having like 0.2 Bitcoin a few months ago with no knowledge. Studied, learned. Come on, that's pretty inspirational, no? The guy's literally gone from a few $1,000s to $500,000 in a few months. That's pretty good. But yeah, it's the same, like a lot of people doing well. A lot of people doing very, very, very well. And I'm very happy with that. Makes me proud. This guy making daily profit of $46,000. He used to long resistance, and now he's taking profit at the CC resistances. But man, you got to love it, no? You got to love it. People doing very well indeed. Happy to read that. So yeah, there's your daily dose of inspiration. People asking me for Vechain. I might just steal someone's analysis from here. I know a lot of people in the group have been trading Vechain. So there's Outsider has been killing Vechain. I know that. So I hope she doesn't mind me trying to do. Oh, she's trading Ethereum Classic at the moment. I know that she traded really well Vechain. I saw her post, so can't remember where it was now. Oh wow, Doge retested the bullish order block on the CC. So there you go. There is evidence that even Dogecoin respects the CC. Low to high, into the bullish order block, into the CC. And this is the good thing about having a big community. Yeah, we have now several thousand champions, and
If you want to trade something, there's always somebody trading something. Like, you go through the charts and you don't even have to do your TA. It's like, just go onto here, you find the coin that you want to trade. There you go, Vet. Vet has a 1-to-1 there target of 354. You have a monthly at 300 sats. So I don't even need to do the analysis, because like the people learn the theories, and then here you go. Monthly support on Vet, 300 sats. The next target is 354 sats. So there you go. I can just use the group. This is the advantage of having a community. And there you go. So I'd say 300 sats is support on Vechain. And I'd say the next target is around 350 sats. There you go, mate. Because I saw a lot of people asking about Vet. Vechain. Everybody loves Vechain. You know what? I actually love Vechain as well. Like, I have a strong bond with Vechain, Icon, Doge, Ontology, Komodo, KMD. What else? What else do I have a really strong bond with? Oh, Ion, however you call it. Mana, I have a strong bond with. Stratus. Yeah, I have like these bonds with these coins, which I used to trade so much back in 2018. So I just like love these altcoins, and I love to see them do well. Like I remember trading Vechain when it got renamed. You know, it never used to be called Vet. It used to be called something else, and it got renamed, and they made new charts. It got listed. I'm pretty sure it got listed at 300 sats, 300, 250. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Well, about a year. And here we are, back up at 333 sats. Yeah. So yeah, monthly support on Vechain, about 300 sats. You've got your next target, 354 sats. So there you go. There's your Vechain analysis, guys. Just use the group. They know what they're on about. Oh, here's a really nice chart. Look at this. This is beautiful. If you like to trade comp, here you go. You got a very nice ascending triangle on comp where you could look for your entry. You got your target. You got a second entry. There's the stop loss. There's the entry. There's the target. What can we say? People do all the work for you. Not the Rare Signals group. This is obviously somebody that's learning as well, so you got to be careful. But yeah, ascending triangle looks like a really nice chart. Entry, stop loss, target, entry, stop loss. I guess then this is the target. I've heard of comp, I've heard of comp, so yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get too distracted. Litecoin still going well. Still okay. Gold is okay. It's okay. There we go. Oh yes, there we go. We got the legend himself, Younes, saying a smash the like. Ladies and gentlemen, if you really are enjoying what we're going through tonight, if you enjoy me talking you through some altcoins, if you enjoy me keeping it real with the analysis, I'm not a shill. I don't ever force people to say, oh, this is the best opportunity. Buy. I just give you real analysis, be that long, short, sideways, ranges. I'll just keep it real with the analysis. If you love what we do, if you love what we stand for, then please give a like to the video. It's really, really, really helpful. It's really helpful, and it's obviously absolutely free. So I will say, ladies and gentlemen, I said it again, man. But yeah, I would love us to get that to 1,200 likes. If we could get that to 1,200, we got 1,900 people in here. If we can get that to 1,200, hey, you'd make me a happy man. What can I say? Even, let's just see. If I just mute this, say no to this. Oh man, come on. We got 45 dislikes. How can we have? Anyway, people love to dislike the videos. People love to do the dislikes. But we can beat the 45 dislikers and get that to 1,200. I will absolutely love you. So turn that blue. And you can also share the video, copy the links, email it out, Twitter it out, Facebook it out. That reminds me, Facebook it out.
that's what I want to talk to you about here as well. We are doing a Facebook giveaway competition. So if you want to win, if you want to win a hoodie, if you want to win a cap, whatever you want for the merch, we are now doing a Facebook giveaway competition, which is really funny. It's really easy. I'll put the link here. Obviously, you have to have a Facebook account. But if you have a Facebook account, you can head over to our Facebook post, and the instructions are really simple. I can't remember now. Customer service made this one for me, so I didn't do the giveaway stuff. But let me see what you done. Oh yes, so it's time for the giveaway. Comment. So all you need to do is comment on this Facebook post your best ever winning trade, and at the end of the post put hashtag chart champions and tag one friend. Okay, fair enough. And you will be in on the giveaway if that's of interest. You can win some of this, some of that, and that's obviously over on Facebook. You obviously have to follow and like and do all the good stuff on Facebook. If that's of interest and you want to win one of that, then you can be in for the chance of that. And I guess we'll do a good giveaway next week. Yeah, not even money can buy. Yeah, that's true. You cannot buy the merch. You have to win it. So yeah, there's that. As we talk about social media, that's right there. CC Pool. We are going for world takeover. Oh well, there we go. We hit 1,000, nearly 1,150 likes. What should I end with? I will do one final altcoin of the most voted. So spam what you want and I'll do the most voted. Okay, your final alt. Spam it now or forever hold your peace. Yes, this is very true. Guys, everybody just like, should I long, should I short? That's what I said at the start of the video. People, you know, loads of people want the entertainment. Why do you think like the entertainment video? Why do the entertainment have so much subscribers, so many views, and like the people that do education, we get like a fraction of the viewership because most people just want to be told the fictional stories of this is going to pump forever. You know that people love to hear what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. So you just tell people these stories of how something's going to pump and pump and pump, and no technical analysis. You know, if you start to bring out Elliott waves, if you start to bring out confusing things, people are going to have no idea what they're on about, and they're going to click off the videos. You know, so that this is why we kind of have a lot less. Well, and this is crazy. I guess I might do two then. So we kind of have Dot, because this guy is in green and I'm going to go for the guy in green. So we will do Dot then for the green guy. And I suppose yeah, Dot and maybe Cardano then. Maybe I'll end with two. Maybe I'll end with Dot and Cardano then. I don't trade Dot. I've traded Dot a little bit. Now it's obviously I primarily trade Binance. Sorry, I primarily trade Bybit. Yeah, so Bybit is my exchange of choice. And now they do have Dot on Bybit. So I suppose, yeah, it's a little bit easier now to trade. I don't really like Binance, you know, I don't really like it. So, yeah. Oh, wow, look at this. Oof, look at that support. Support bounce, support bounce, support bounce, support bounce, support bounce. Each bounce were coming on nearly 10%. It's the first thing I noticed on, this is Dot USTD over on Bybit. So we have this. Okay.
Okay. I do need to compare it with this. Oh my god, I remember when this crashed on the 25th. That went down 43%. What? I remember that day. It done so many liquidations now. That's really funny. Full on recovered into a new all-time high. Okay. I wouldn't short DOT, to be honest. I wouldn't short this asset. But I do think that you have a pretty nice long. You can get it back off the midpoint. You can get it back off the midpoint. And it's just like it is pretty much at all-time highs. So, I mean, the target is very hard to say. I guess $50 psychological. It's kind of going off if you can retrace to the CC on the Bitcoin pair. And it's going to bring you down to around $38 on the USDT pair. The only thing is I would be aware of that $40 is going to flip to resistance. So your first take profit is going to have to be pretty quick. Because, you know, you would imagine $40 flips into resistance if you hit $38. But, I mean, as long as you can remain, I guess you could view it as this. Maybe if you know, the entry trigger is actually more so if you break below and then you get your reclaim of $40. Again, then you get a really good entry. And you would imagine that this breaks to a new all-time high. Or I would anyway, I think. $42. So I think I would trade it like this. Or alternatively, I think that would be my preferred strategy. And I'll happily trade DOT. I have a little bit of, you know, I have a bit of Tether now. So like I use Tether to trade some of these alts. Like I'm trading Litecoin on the Tether pair. So yeah, DOT, I would trade on the Tether pair. But yeah, I mean, I would imagine that this is coming to $50. I think you got a little bit of consolidation going on here. And if this is like our impulse, so again, if we're looking at this as like wave 1 and we put in our wave 2 here, we're coming up for a 3, 4, and 5. You know, this is really bullish. That's all I'm going to say. This looks really, really bullish. And I would imagine to see $50+ on DOT, I'm not going to lie. But for me to buy it, I think I'd like to buy it at like $38. You know, it gives a bit of consolidation. We get like an A, B, and a C. I mean, the lowest I think you come here is $35. Just for us to hit $35, I think Bitcoin has to drop. That's the thing. I don't think DOT hits $35 without a Bitcoin drop. And I don't know at the moment whether Bitcoin drops. So, whereas if we get that WXY on Bitcoin, then you might get $35 DOT. But that would obviously look like a really good long. I think I would be very interested to long it. Well, I think I would definitely long it. $30. So you kind of have this box of like what I would consider an amazing opportunity. Yeah. I would say that if you got that, that's a very nice long. I don't know whether you come down this far, to be honest, but what we can say is if it does, then it's a nice long. I would happily put money on it. Again, not financial advice. But I would happily put a lot of money on that one, to be honest with you. Because I would imagine that you end up with a very nice trade. We're talking about a wave 2 to come up. Very nice. 60%, maybe even more. 60 to 100% gains, I would have thought, on DOT. So that's what I'd think on DOT. And again, I trade that on Bybit.
And Cardano, yeah. Cardano, I have been trading on Bybit as well. I have been trading Cardano recently. It's not really been that exciting. It's really not been that exciting recently, has it? It's kind of just gone sideways. Still on this CC, it's crazy. But this is the power of the CC. It has not given up here. It has really not given up on Cardano. I suppose as long as it holds that 2,000 sats, I would say you come into another all-time high on Cardano, to be honest. I think 2,000 sats really is a must hold. And as long as you hold 2,000, I would imagine a new all-time high. With the way altcoins are going, I really wouldn't even be surprised. So I'm not going to go in depth on Cardano, but I do think it looks good. As long as you hold 2,000, I expect a new all-time high. DOT is a lot easier in terms of finding a setup. It's not as hyped. So yeah, Cardano, as long as it holds 2,000 sats, I think hits an all-time high. DOT, I think you have a very nice trade if it comes down to that zone. Bitcoin, you will know what I think it is because I talked you through it. Talked you through Litecoin, which I'm very bullish on. Tezos, which I think is coming up to resistance, so I'd be a bit aware of this. Algo, Litecoin, Coinbase. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, if you want like more in-depth analysis, if you want to see more detail, like if you want to see me delete everything on the charts, start it all from scratch, do some live trading at times, you know, do the theories, the education, all of that stuff. Obviously, chartchampions.com. We got all of the learning modules where you can really start from the beginners and basics and work your way up through the modules, learning it all, ending with some very nice strategies. So we got all of this over on the website. So if you would like to see more, we do have all that. If you would like my next setup on Bitcoin, that's obviously for the champions, where we go through our setup videos each week and doing all the technical analysis. So I delete everything. You don't, you know, obviously on the public videos, I just say like, these are the levels. These are the levels. On the champions, you will see me delete all of it, work the chart from scratch, and you know, do it all live, and you see it all as it happens. So that's the value of the website. That's the value of getting the information as it happens. Again, those 5 altcoins, I've talked about this one before. If you had known when I was buying them, then you could have easily made like 60% gains on many of those alts. So, you know, it's pretty valuable getting the information as it happens. I understand that. That's obviously why we have a section where people can get the information straight away. If you want any of that, that's obviously all over on the website. Chartchampions.com. Of course, we also have the deals section now. So if you want to join any of the deals, then you can head over to the website. Under the deals tab, we have affiliate sections with Bybit, Binance, FTX, stocks for Toro. If you need a VPN, we got the VPN deals as well now. So customer service has worked really, really, really hard to acquire some of these affiliate deals. Some of them are pretty hard. And yeah, if you want to make use of the deposit bonuses or whatever, then you can do that over on the website. I'll post that in the description as well, I suppose. This comment I see here, when is TPO? TPO starts on the 28th. That is officially starting on the 28th. So obviously in April this month. That's when that starts. And yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So yeah, there we go. I think that's it then. We hit the 1-to-1. We bounced off the 1-to-1 exactly as predicted.
And we're currently in a long position. And I'm going to wait to see what happens here for the next reaction. Look for a short there. Currently in a long trade. And I've taught you through some alts. So I really hope you've enjoyed tonight's live stream. You've seen the power of what we've gone through. Predicting, I think you can agree, predicting pretty much every high and low of the market over the past few days. We have absolutely nailed on, like, pretty perfectly. Trading it live in the time as it's happening on live stream, taking the trades. Again, this was a members only live stream. That was a contenders members live stream. But I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's pretty amazing how accurate we've been with the Elliott waves, the sub waves, all of it. And that's what you get. And not only that, obviously, yeah, predicting 2 years ago when we were going to get a major event, and literally within 2 days, with 2 years, I called that one. And anyway, I hope that you were entertained. Pretty good. Pretty fun. And there we go. So I think that's me going to wrap it up here. I will say, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed. I need to stop saying that, man. It's even I'm conscious of it now. Thing is, when you become so conscious of it, it's so hard to stop. I'm just going to say thank you. I'm really bad at ending the video. So what I like to say now is, and if I don't catch you again, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Have a brilliant day. I love you all so much. Hope you're liking the content. Hopefully you're learning, and hopefully you'll be one of the champs that's absolutely crushing it with us. Like, even while we're speaking, people crushing it on Doge. I mean, what can I say? It's lovely. Have a brilliant day. I suck at ending the videos. Thank you ever so much, and goodbye. Cheers.